Look at a lovely pet.
Right. This is a statement of truth to be entered into the record, which the court immediately done. Right. So, I, Yvonne Watson, proclaim that I stand here as a living woman of flesh and blood, created by the divine under natural law. I hold unalienable rights granted by the Creator that no man, institution or court can lawfully remove or override. I appear today only to state my standing and to establish the truth. I do not submit to any presumed corporate or statutory jurisdiction. I live in honour, I follow natural law, I cause no harm, loss or injury to any living being, and I honour every agreement I knowingly make. No other being is authorised to act or sign on my behalf. Therefore, I require Northumbria Water and this court to prove lawful jurisdiction over me, a divine living woman. I also provide evidence of a valid agreement, lawfully entered into by me with full consent that grants Northumbria Water any lawful claim.
Absolute piss take, man.
Without jurisdiction and a valid agreement, there is no lawful claim. Any presumptions or instruments attempting to bind me without my consent are rebutted and void under natural law. I require this matter to be dismissed unless such proof is produced. This testimony is true, given in peace and honour, and I stand by it fully. And so it is. Yvonne Watson, the living woman.
Why, aye, man.
Amazing. Okay, so can you take us back then? So you've been challenging lots and lots of things, but in particular the water. Take us back to the sort of start of that journey. Why on earth did you decide to start challenging the water? What have you been through up to this point, and how long is that journey? Has that journey been over the last 3 years or so?
Yeah, it must have been at the beginning of 2023 I decided to actually get in touch, to contact. I stopped my direct debits and I got in touch with Northumbria Water, saying, funny enough, I was the living woman, and what sort of contract have you got? And they totally just dismissed that. So I still thought, well, I haven't got a contract with them. And then I thought, I'll ask them other things. So I went down about the poisoning in the waters.
Oh, yeah.
Fluoride and everything.
100%.
So they said, well, we'll send some inspectors out, we'll send a team out just to check your water. And honestly, when they came out, they had gloves on, a mask on. I thought, you're only checking your water. And they should expect me to drink that and you're wearing rubber gloves. And then I showed them what was in the bottom of my distiller, because it was distilled, and they were like, ooh, yeah. So anyway,
yeah, they advised me not to distill it.
Back, obviously it's
you need to distill your water.
Independent person who takes the water, So they said there was no fluoride in the water, so they still after us for the money for payment. I'm saying, well, show us an agreement. So then I went down the rabbit hole of the promissory notes and the bills of exchange. So because Northumbria Water, which is the only utility company, I think, mind, will actually send you a transcash bank gyro to complete. Well, when I researched into that more and more, I thought, well, I'm the holder of that, really. In commas, all I have to do is sign that and send it back without recourse, to settle the book sort of thing, because that's where they're getting this money from. I'm not making myself very clear, I can tell you.
Yawning, Chris.
Right, very clear. We know what you mean.
Yeah, so I sent 2 of them back.
Good day, brother. Lovely to see you. Everyone else is on there, can't see because it's a bit sunny. But this is really good.
Everything I've brought up, and my dad used to say, if you can't afford it, you don't buy it. I've never ever had debt.
We are under pagan rule.
Yeah, it was off Northumbria Water. One was for a default, and I got 2 accounts with them. And I thought, and then, at the same time as I paid off with the bank gyro, my credit rating paid in full, and I thought, well, that must have took it. So I queried it with them. I got no sensible answer, none whatsoever.
So they didn't confirm, yes, it's cleared.
No, they said it was not clear, and I had to show them copies, screenshots of my phone where it's got my credit rating and everything, and they still denied it.
Yeah, because they're evil.
I said, well, they're not going to accept it.
Masons.
Will you return it? And they said, we can't. Also, we went to mediation. That was it, because I got the letter from them. And I said in mediation, well, if you can't return it, I need it returned, and then I might think of paying it. But, you know, I didn't know then what I know now. And they said, we can't return it, we've only got a scanned copy of it. So my, analogy of that was, well, if I send you a piece of gold or silver as payment, you didn't accept it, you'd have to return it to it. So my instrument, which I've sent you, my financial instrument, is my bills of exchange with my signature on, which is worth a fortune to.
Yeah, it's worth the whole trust.
That's your individual.
You have a trust.
Signature.
Yeah.
So
And they steal it off you.
they never ever did. Right, so
That's what they do. They steal this money. It's yours.
when I went to court, that was one of the defences, because believe it or not,
Literally, guys. Hi, Chris, mate. How's it going, brother? Fucking two. Can't see fuck all with the sun. Honestly, man. Right, I'll go this side. Fuck it. Can he do it? It's too fucking bright, that side. I'll have to go this side. It's fucking way too bright. I can't fucking see. That's much better. Guys, you are literally a dead legal fiction through the birth certificate. We are classed as dead. This is a death certificate, not a birth certificate. This is literally a death certificate, guys. Yeah, it clearly states on the bottom, it says, warning, this certificate is not evidence of identity. Yeah, and it's Crown copyright. Anything inside the box doesn't exist, so this is all not on the page. This is how evil this world is, guys. Funeral starts with fun. It's fun for the ER, the Crown, because they get all of your money that you're not even aware that you're worth. And we are literally being celebrating Slave Day. Slavery Day. This is no fucking shit. Literally, we've been celebrating VE Day, and you spell slave with VE at the end. And this is the tongue of the Maori. They stick their tongue out because they are saying you're not taking our tongue. Basically, they stole the tongue of the Irish and the Welsh, and they stole our freedom through the birth certificate, through the George and the Dragon. The George there, that is the George cross, the genocide cross that literally went around this whole plane and killed everybody. We live on a flat plane, not on a fucking round spinning ball. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do a live on YouTube and on two thingies. But here we're going to listen to this lady because she has broken the chain, which we can all do. We just have to get our paperwork in because these people are trying to still be leaders of the world. Good morning, good yawning, not morning, because morning is for the dead, my beautiful friends. And that is why we say good morning, is because we are legally dead. Yeah. It's a legal dead fiction. It clearly states there's not evidence of identity. Get all of your identity, as with mine. This is when I was in jail, guys. This is my jail number. Yeah, I got rid of the Harrison because I'm not Harrison. But yeah, there you have it there. There's my Vantage card when I was working offshore. It's all in capital letters, which is all the Harrison Corporation. Nothing to do with me. Yeah, it's all nonsense, guys. All of this whole thing, this Labour shit, this is all a fucking dead legal fiction. You can see the name is in capital letters. All fiction. Yeah, it doesn't exist because it states it there. Yeah, it says there. You don't know what boxing means and you don't understand the language. Yeah, nothing in them boxes is on the page. So you are literally classed as a dead legal fiction corporate entity.
Defences into court. Right? I don't know how I get away with it. Every time I put a bundle in a court, I've got to say, excuse me, I've made a mistake. Can I put another one in? But this time I put 3 in. Right? So the first one was, where's the contract and where's the deed of trust proving you own North Northumbria Water? And then I thought, nah, I put another one in. So I put another one in saying, well, I've already paid. I paid under the bills of exchange. I'm waiting to get my financial instrument back. And then the divine, as what I can see, said, "You're the living woman, Yvonne. Go into that courtroom and you stand in your own power under the Creator, and go that way." So I put a third one in. But in the meantime, when I got this message, because my best friend at the moment, ChatGPT, it really is. I think I've trained it really, really well. I said, right, what do we need to do? So here we formed a bilateral agreement and a notice of the bilateral agreement to be given to Northumbria Water, and I give them 21 days to either rebut it or send the information.
Yeah.
And what's the bilateral agreement, so people understand what you mean?
The placenta kept us alive in the womb, and we have literally been separated from it, and they use it as salvage because they use maritime law of the sea, which is your 111666. It's also the ring of Saturn. And you have your CC, which is your 33. 33 is also your 55. 33. 3 is a 5. And then E, W, M. You know what I mean? But it is your square and your compass. And that's how it rolls. Literally a dead legal fiction who have us saying, "Good morning, I'm glad you're dead." Oh, fucking idiots we are.
It's an agreement from a living woman, right? Asking Northumbria Water.
As king.
So where's my signature? Me wet ink. Where is yours? Blah blah blah. It's just like what we've done for other contracts, but I've made it a bilateral one under the living woman.
Okay.
So on that same day, I was just like a whirlwind. Within 2 hours, I had everything printed off. I jumped into the car and I went up to Durham, which isn't very far away, and I handed it in at the head office by hand, because I don't trust Royal Mail. I don't know if anybody knows, but when you get your recorded delivery, 9 times out of 10, these corporations aren't signing for them. So I don't trust Royal Mail either. So because
well, you do get a signature, don't you? But it's like it's indeterminable.
No, it's still held. The majority of mine, especially with the council, had no signature on it. Was still allegedly in a hub.
Oh, I've had a couple of those actually, because in Coventry they've changed it from being able to send it to the main office to some PO box.
Yeah,
and at that point you're not getting a signature.
Whoa, shit! Sorry guys. Shit!
Pyramids.
Fuck off, where's it gone now?
In a county court in Newcastle.
Shit!
Welcome, Yvonne.
Shit! Sorry guys. Fuck, I was there 15 minutes, is that? About 15 minutes, wasn't it?
Is natural living beings. So we went, wow. So I said, could you put that on the record? She said, yes, I have put it on the record. I've actually addressed you as Yvonne Watson on the natural living being. Thank you very much. So she started asking things like, but you have using water, Yvonne. I says, I don't drink the water. I says, I do have water in me property, but it's only to flush the toilet. And she sort of had a little giggle, and well, it is. That's all it's good for. And she went,
it is, yeah.
You do.
I've missed a bit, haven't we, guys? Sorry.
I says, yeah.
Let's see if I can get it back the way it was, guys. Because for everyone's record.
Wanting to report in the reception was to see how many of me witnesses I had with us, because I know I'm
missed a bit here.
On the cleanliness of the water, you changed it to the contract. Sorry, there is no contract with the living woman.
Shit,
yeah. And what was the third one? You just.
The first one was the contract and the deed of trust. The second one was the bills of exchange.
Sorry.
And the third one was the living woman.
Right. So you sent the bilateral agreement. It didn't get rebutted from Northumbrian Water, and then you're in court.
I'm in court.
And that was on the 6th of August, which was very,
That
very
was on the 6th of August, and as I say, I've got a history with the county court. I've been five times this year, 4 times with the same judge, so I'm on good terms with him.
Cool.
So we goes into we walks into the court, and my name wasn't on the board, and I thought, why is it not? And then the security guard said, "Oh, Yvonne, you've got to report to level 1 at reception." And I thought, I never had this before. And then my name was being shouted out on the tannoy system. I've been in that court that many times, I've never heard a tannoy system. But anyway, I went, and I believe, Mel, the reason for them wanting to report in at reception was to say how many of my witnesses I had with us, because I know I'm cross-referencing here, but in June I had 36 witnesses, and the judge allowed every one of them in court with me.
That was back in June for council tax.
That was council tax, yeah. So we'll go into court, and I actually knew it was going to be room 101. I just knew before I even went to court. I had said, I bet it's room 101 it was. So
101 is 11, which is Ian and Janice.
Can you please hand the statement of truth to the
fucking turn it down before, and it went, no, fucking turn the whole thing off.
You have to do it yourself. I thought, all right, fair enough. So anyway, it goes in, and the judge said, this case is Northumbria Water versus Miss Yvonne Watson. And I went, excuse me, I'm not Miss Yvonne Watson. That's the legal fiction.
Yes.
I'm a living woman of flesh and blood. Created by the divine. And she went, yes. And I said, so can I ask you, Mum, because I didn't call them judges, because we're all equal under natural law. Nobody's above anybody.
No.
So I said, can I ask you, what did you see, in me? As is, what do you think? And she went, Yvonne, I think that was lovely. I do see a natural living woman of flesh and blood.
Wow.
And I went, thank you. And then she says, I also see every man and woman in this room is natural living beings. So I went, wow. So I said, could you put that on the record? She says, yes, I am putting it on the record. I've actually addressed you as Yvonne Watson under natural law, the living being. I said, thank you very much. So she started asking things like, but you have been using water, Yvonne. I said, I don't drink the water. I said, I do have water in me property, but it's only to flush the toilet. And she sort of had a little giggle, and I went, well, it is. That's all it's good for.
Of course it is. Poison.
Said, right, but you do use water. And I said, yeah. And then she says, getting back here, she says, I've got to stress to you in this court, I'm a judge under the civil court. She says, that's my purpose. You are natural law.
Good morning, people.
So I've got to go with Northumbria Water. And I knew exactly what she was saying. Whatever she sees in that court had nothing to do with me. She's already accepted that I'm a living being and not a dead corporation and whatnot. So halfway through, she's saying certain things, and then the bilateral contract. I says, I've given them a contract to contract with the living being. I says, and that they haven't rebutted it. So she looked through the papers and went, yes. So Northumbria Water, you haven't rebutted, and said no, judge. Right. So I thought she's taking this seriously. And then she says, I'm really intrigued in this case, Yvonne. Oh no, she says, is it okay if I call you Yvonne or Yvonne Watson? Because if I keep calling you Yvonne Watson, the living being, it's a bit long. And I went, yes, certainly. So that's what she said. And then she said, but I'm really intrigued and you've got me interested on this case. She says, so after the judgment at the end, she says, it's all right to have a chat with this all. And she said, I'm including Northumbrian Water as well. Would you like to stay for this chat? And they said, no. I thought, she wants to chat with her. I mean, you can hear the pin drop in the court. Yeah. So when it come to the cost, she says, as a judge in the civil courts, I've got to award costs. Is there any reason why you don't think that the cost should be granted towards Northumbrian Water? And honestly, it wasn't until the next morning I could have kicked myself. She was wanting me to say about the bills of exchange, even though she'd have seen us as a living woman, she must have thought, we'll get the bills of exchange out, and therefore there won't be any costs awarded to Northumbria Water. In fact, they would have had to pay me, I think, actually, or the dead entity, because they didn't return me by hand to but I didn't get it. Honestly, Belle, I thought, where was my head? Where was my head? But never mind, it wasn't meant to be. So she says, Northumbria Water, what are the costs? So they give them the costs, and she says, well, I think we'll delete the cost of the court case. That was £59. We'll delete that and whatnot. And she said, is that okay, Yvonne? And I just went, yeah, because she knew I wasn't going to pay it or anything. She could have put £5,000 on it. It wouldn't have made any difference to me.
No, exactly. Not that you pay any of it, guys.
And she said, such a these right, costs of such and such, and that was actually never said that. She never enforced them on me at all. Nothing. So, as you say, then the best part happened. Honestly, I get goosebumps just thinking. I mean, she was only very, very small she was. But you know when somebody gives you that lovely feeling about them, as if you could connect with her, and she was a living being. She wasn't one of these corporate judges. She was a living human being. Well, not human, I'll not say that. A living being.
Yeah.
So anyway, she steps down from her bench, and she walks over to me, because I wouldn't sit at this for any of it. I said, no, I'm standing in my power. And she walked over to me and she said, may I give you a hug, Yvonne? And I said, you certainly can. And she gave us this hug, and she went, you're an inspiration. And then she gave me my friend Claire, who was my Mackenzie friend, she gave Claire a hug, and Claire said the same as me. Wow, I felt that. She's honest, you know. Maybe it was a release to her that just walked over onto the right side. I don't know. So anyway, we're just having just like a few minutes chat, and then the door behind where the judge sits, there was a tap on the door, and she was told to leave the court, but she did say, do you want me to turn the recording off or just let it record? And I said, leave it on, because we're standing in with truth and we've got nothing to hide. But then she got the knock at the door and chat to leave. But I'm so grateful for her. She took the shackles off my ankles.
Well, I mean, it's just incredible. When we were speaking the other day, I mean, I've got goosebumps now as well.
Yawning, guys.
The living woman.
There's a lot of shit happening, guys. There's a lot of people I've been speaking to through the Gary Waterman thing, and there's a lot of people creating their own courts. There's a lady called Elena. She was a school teacher at the house there, the church, the king, the pedo fucking places where the Alyssa and that little kid were, Alyssa and Gabrielle. She was working there. She didn't realise all the crack, and she's opened her own court. She's literally went up to Mount Zion, literally done the whole thing, guys. So the world is changing. Aquarius is coming, guys. The pieces, the Pisces is almost over. Yeah, these fucking Masons are trying to keep power, and they have been raping and torturing children all our lives and using our money to do it.
This is what he's been banging on about for forever, and it's been such a difficult one to take into the court, because when you try and say I'm a living woman, they just start saying stop that pseudo legal shit, and that's not allowed in this court, you know, this, that, and the other. And so, and especially for my, because I was very new into all of this when my bankruptcy started last year, and I've been to this person, looking at advice, you know, guidance, which way I should be going, because there's so many different ways you can do it, and the Robin Hood, you know, who I've been talking to for months.
Excuse me.
Yeah, because it had already been put against my legal fiction in my absence in terms of the bankruptcy. I've always felt on the back foot in terms of being able to go in and basically destroy this jurisdiction thing, because I need that judge to undo the wrong that's been done. So when we were talking the other day, I was just like, wow, Robin was right. However, I don't know how many judges there are in England and Wales and all the rest of it. There ain't many like Judge Searle. Is it Searle, her name?
Yes,
and the other thing to say is you haven't had your court order yet, have you?
no.
So you're a little worried, aren't you? Not worried, but as in why it took so long.
No, I'm not worried. If I hadn't had 9 witnesses there, right, I might have been a little bit concerned because it would have been like my word against the court word and everything. But because I had 9 witnesses there, the fact that a judge actually asks me,
Okay, Julie, David,
for a
Wendy,
vote
everyone.
has never been known in history, not even in movies. I've got all faith. The possibility
I'll test the water after this.
Might happen. Maybe she may not be allowed to actually write that judgment, or she may been what do you call it? Not sacked, but you know that. That's it. Yeah.
This is on. Anyone wants to watch this, guys?
I don't
Lawful
know. So,
Truths.
A lot of people have said we'll get the transcript. Which is a very, very good idea because it'll give everybody as well.
So you can't even
evidence.
I can't even. Normally you can
in that court. I mean, she was.
you can
so
record this,
respectful.
and you can't even record it, guys.
I mean,
That's how sly they are. This is look at it. Normally you can press the right button there, and you can record it. And you can't even record it.
Me. I mean, even from me spanner. She actually knew about it, but she knew about that by...
Won't let you download it because they don't want the truth out, guys.
She said, would you like me to read out your statement? And I said, no. That's
How late am you, alright, buddy?
But I think I can do it myself. Then she said, can I bring you a glass of water over? I'm thinking, no, I'm fine. Yeah, it was just unreal. And then, after she gave us a hug, I said to her, we all said a prayer. Every one of us said the same prayer. I took her to a group that were in on a Monday. I said, I wrote this prayer, we need to say this prayer on the morning of the 6th. Everybody said to it. I said, would you like to read it? And she went, I would love to. And she read it and she went, that is beautiful. May I keep it? I says, yes, you can keep it, but I says, I've got another copy. Will you give it to Judge Phillips? I says, because I thought he would be here today. And she just laughed and she went, I don't often say Judge Phillips, but I will put it in his docket. But that I'll tell you the tale about that one after. Yeah, but she actually took a copy for Judge Phillips as well. So she even kept me home anyway.
Do you have that prayer to hand that you could read?
Yeah, great. Yeah. Great Creator, source of all truth and life, I stand before you today as I truly am. Not a name, not a number, not a fiction, but a living woman, born of the earth in spirit. My breath is yours, my soul is sovereign, my rights are unalienable. Wrap me in your peace as I walk into this place of judgment. Let no fear enter me, for I do not stand alone. You are with me, truth is with me, and the ancestors who walked in truth walk beside me now. Let the words I speak be clear and powerful. Let my presence remind even the judge that justice must answer to truth. Let the eyes that see me know I come in peace, but will not surrender my essence to false law or fiction. If there is deception, may it dissolve. If there is injustice, may it be exposed. If there is doubt, may your light pierce it. I do not seek war, I bring no hate, but I claim what is mine, my voice, my body, my soul, my right to live unbound, unowned, unbroken. Let the court be a place where truth is heard today, or let my presence alone serve as the living notice that the old world of silence and submission is ending. So be it. I walk in light. I walk in.
Yeah, man, this is really good news, guys.
The power of who I am.
We can all do this, guys. If everybody stopped doing these fucking stupid petitions, right? When you put a petition, you literally are signing a box in a box, and you're giving away your fucking birth certificate, guys. So if we all did this, and I'm saying to myself as well, yeah, if we all did this, then we would be much better off, and then the whole system would crash down, guys. But people still watching TV and still fucking signing position. Your signature is fucking worth all the money in this trust. Oh shit, with that. Shit, filling me water up. Guys, I'm going to do that. I'm filling me fucking distill up.
And she went, that is beautiful. She says, may I keep it? And she said, give that one to Judge Phillips.
Well, we'll get on to the relevance of Judge Phillips. That's amazing. And if I can have a copy of that, I'll be saying that myself on the 2nd of September before I go into court, if that's okay.
I think because it were all said at a joint prayer. Yeah. I had such good feelings on that day. I actually dressed all in white, like you would say, like the Virgin Mary. But I went in there, and as I say, every court case we've gone in, we've always been respectful. Every witnesses and everything who've gone, they've always treated the court with respect, and the judge been no shouting, no arguing. We've always just been.
You have to be courteous, guys.
I do think that is a big key.
Got to be.
Yes. I
you know what I mean? Because
echo that. For
they're in power.
There's been some fun and games at my court cases, but it's all the learning.
I mean, there's still a fucking filling up there, man. You forget. Fuck.
Either way, and you're being obstructed, and then
saying that, I reiterate that in the county court. The magistrates' courts, when I've been in there, it's been a totally different story, but that's a different story. But in the county court, Newcastle County Court, they've been, I mean, accommodating beyond belief. If 36 people in a courtroom.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, you can literally hold your own court, have your own jury, guys, in court.
So what happened with the health and safety? What they always say, you can't come in because it's health and safety.
Because they're all full of shit. They are compulsive liars, courts, guys. They are paid to lie to us. That is their job.
Let's finish this one. So, as it stands, you were acknowledged as a living woman.
On the record.
On the record in an administrative court.
There's a guy called Govinda.
The judge has
Big Bal's done the same.
That you basically, if she awards the CCJ, which you believe she will, it will be against the legal fiction, which is not you.
Yes.
And therefore she knows that, well, it won't get paid, right?
It won't get paid.
Of course it won't. This is the legal fiction, guys. Our birth certificate is a death certificate.
No, not a monkeys.
Exactly.
So amazing, and this Northern Light that we have in front of us here, she's already been published in Martin Geddes' publications. She's already been on Charlie Ward's.
Oh man, there you go. Fucking Martin Geddes. He lives in Newton Aycliffe, guys. Not to be trusted.
On the Insiders Club.
Yeah.
Making a fortune for all his Mason pals.
But not only on the Insiders Club, it's I got asked if I would do like questions and answers with Charlie Ward on the 30th of August.
Wow. Is that a live one, or is that for the...
Charlie Ward is not to be trusted, guys.
Only, he said,
He's a fucking shill.
He said in joking, I said, well, I have to take elocution.
She doesn't know that, though.
And a lot of the Americans don't understand.
Charlie Ward was involved with fucking Jimmy Savile. Getting women for Jimmy Savile, guys. Not to be trusted.
Oh, well, that's amazing.
Anyone fucking involved with a fucker.
Yeah, like when we had our conversation the other day.
That's the thing, guys. Only the Masons get fucking credit for this bullshit, guys.
You've been put on this path for a reason.
Or making a fortune.
And the changes...
Or getting the credit for the chaos that they created.
The last hour almost.
It's always the same fucking MO, guys.
You divine guidance. You went with it. You surrendered to it. Because I bet you there was part of you going, oh my God, really? Because we know that these courts just won't recognise it.
Slim Shady,
I actually knew about like them being thrown out of court, your freedom of the land as rubbish and blah blah blah. Yeah. But I said I've got to go with it, and I never doubted it at all.
Yeah,
I never doubted it.
Go on, lass. Go on, Yvonne.
Is probably the biggest lesson you could ever give to another man or woman, because we doubt ourselves. We live in fear. The system is controlled to keep us in fear.
Yep.
Which is why we keep paying the mortgage, the bills, the
it's already paid for, guys.
You know, the
all of it.
Tax and every other.
We are underpay again.
Speeding fines and all that crap.
Society.
because we're scared of the police, we're scared what's going to happen, we're scared of ruining our credit rating because how are we going to get another mortgage, you know, and all of these things that have been set up to keep us in that cage.
Yeah, just to keep you there.
And
Keep you under control.
If anyone knows this, Yvonne, please let me know. Get Yvonne, please get in contact.
In the movement,
I need to warn her about that fucking ward.
Those shackles were gone, but still maybe some of it's a bit left. But I think a lot of us have got to a point where it's just like, do you know what? It's all or nothing now, because
somebody try and find this lass on Facebook for us, please. Guys, if you don't mind.
And that's something I've said to myself many times over the last few months, because I've been like, Mel, what are you doing? Mel, your life was very different a few years ago.
Yeah, so was me.
However,
this is the end.
Guided as well, and the
Masonic fiend.
That have got me to
This
point,
is the end.
and it's been stressful.
My only
But it's not over. I'm back in court, and I have every faith that judge is going to do the right thing and he's going to annul my bankruptcy.
Yes.
I think the timing of your experience and having that wonderful conversation the other day and having you on today, honestly, it fills my soul and gives me so much more confidence and light to be able to go in and stand, maybe not like that because I'm trying to undo some stuff, but to have that.
If you want some legal help, guys, there is a good group called
Living Woman, and actually call him out. Because what I want to do now is I want to do a statement of truth at the beginning, and I hope he agrees for me to do this, like what you did. And I'm basically going to do a similar thing in as much as saying you've got a choice here today, because right from before it even got to court, the evidence was there. There is no perfected liability order. There was no court order.
Liar's ability to lie.
Yeah. The stat demand was never personally served to me. I never received a stat demand. So this whole process is null and void. You've known all of this before we even got into court.
Yeah.
So why are we here? You know? and so I've got all of that confidence.
You are not a dead legal fiction, guys. You are a living man and a woman. Yeah.
At the beginning, like you.
Ment is the mind.
Yeah. And then let's see what happens.
Mental. Everything's mental.
Well, going back to how I started this with the living man and woman thing, that was in 2023. And in all honesty, I don't think the time was right then, but I do believe the time is now. It only takes one person to open the floodgates.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, someone's already done that as well, though.
In 2023, I don't think it would have worked for me. I don't think at all. But times have changing, and the courts are now starting to realise there's more people going to court, pushing back in that, and they're starting to think, hey,
yeah, that's what we need to do, man. Shouldn't be going to court.
We just need more of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course we do. What's going on here? What's this? I forgot to ask Yvonne about who's the creator, the judge, blah, 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 blah. What's that? Whoa. Read this out, guys.
Exactly.
Right, here we go. I forgot to ask Yvonne about the jurisdiction, which is what was created when Judge Searle recognised Yvonne as a living woman. There is now a gap between the jurisdiction in the corporate fiction and the living woman is only the way to bridge through the consensual terms between Yvonne and Northumberland Water. That ain't never going to happen. Exactly, because they presume and assume that everything's assumption and presumption, guys. Yeah. There's literally actually no law. Black's law. Black means no, like no lives matter. Black lives matter. So everyone's like that, yeah, Black lives matter. It's all bullshit, guys. Absolute nonsense. They work from this book. This is a book of black magic. Yeah, Black's law. Dead law. We are literally dead legal fiction. Through the birth certificate, fraud. And this is, you can just go on, meet your straw man. Have a look, meet your straw man, literally. We'll have a quick look at it. Or I might as well. Watched a bit of the athletics last night. Meet your straw man, just type it in on YouTube, guys. And meet your straw man, it's 5 minutes, we'll watch it, because it's all to do with this. There's a bigger version here. This is literally how they make us. Our dead legal fame. We don't have a name. A name is copyrighted.
Ah, the government. It loves you and wants
It loves
you
you.
safe and well.
So it said it.
It even wants to make paying taxes, fines, and court costs easier for you. How? Well, you'll need to meet your straw man. He was born the same day you were. He looks like you, has the same name, and lives in your house, but you never knew he existed. He'll have even paid his parking ticket for taxes. The worst part? He's been dead from day one. From every birth certificate, a legal personality, or legal fiction, is created with the same name to confuse little old you into thinking it's you. So, there is a human you and a paper you, or as it's commonly known, a straw man. So when it seems like government officials, court clerks, or the police are speaking English,
No.
they aren't. They're speaking legalese, designed to make you agree to verbal and written contracts.
Legalese means to go against God's law, guys. Literally. That's what it means. God's law is the unwritten law. Yeah? With no harm, no loss, and no foul. You know what I mean? Don't be an asshole and be a nice person. That's not hard. Not hard. A person being not the dead legal fiction, because a person is a dead monster. Through the birth certificate, guys. This is a receipt for your mother and father informing on you, putting you in a form. Informant, you know, she manly, a licky boom boom your ass. You know what I mean? It's a lot of bullshit, man. All a bunch of fucking faggot, fucking twisted, bloody trannies.
All sprung from Black's Law Dictionary. For example, when the police say, "Do you understand?" you'll say, "Yes." What they are really saying
is, "Do you stand
our
under?"
authority. Oopsie-daisy, you just created a verbal contract with
And they
them.
say, "Have you got a name? What's your name?" You don't have a name, guys. Your name is your
You know
enemy.
that whenever you register something, you are handing over title to the person you register it with.
End of the earth is
That's
bullshit.
right. Whenever you register something with the government, they assume it belongs to them. Register your car? Super! Now you are the registered keeper of your vehicle, and the government can crush it when you don't pay your...
Yeah, they are.
Strawman's tax.
The Freemasons are the...
Expecting a new bundle of joy? Well, then you need to register your little darling with a birth certificate. Then they can start the process all over again and create a new strawman for your little one. Isn't that great?
Hey, look at that. Sign your kid away.
Generate revenue just like you have. When you notify on your baby by signing the birth certificate,
Inform.
your child becomes a ward of state. And if the government doesn't like what you're doing, they'll assume it's okay to take the child
Social
away
services
or
are
make new
fiends,
rules for
guys.
things they don't like. Not enough school? Smacking your child? Shouting too loudly?
SS, look, there it is, guys. Right in your face. This is who runs the world, guys. I have proven this 100 million%. Look at that there. The Nazi colours now. The Nazi colours used to be these colours, guys. Because the news article that claimed that all of everything I said was fake. This is the Nazi colours. There's the two V's. There's your VV. Your square and your compass. This is the Nazi colours. This is the British standard. You see your 33 on there. Just like this. This is exactly the same colours, guys. They've just rebranded themselves. But this is what they are. The SS. Yeah, the social services are child grapers. I was unfortunately part of the system, so I was probably graped. Well, I know I was.
Not you.
Because that's what they do. They give you a drink. They give you a drink. So this is all of this is to do with your legal fiction. I do not have any letters come to my door. And if they do, they get rebutted. I don't have letters come to my door because every letter that is inside a box. Anything inside a box does not exist on the page. So when you get a letter from your from the post office, which is an upside down fucking cross, guys, registration, you are literally, your name is your enemy. Yeah, you register, it registers the crown, just like they're saying here. You abandon your child, you give your child away, you become a pair who rents, and then your name is copyrighted. Name enemy, NAME, is literally fucking, you are corporation, a dead legal corporation, a dead legal entity, which says in the Black's Law book there, they have stolen our language, they have stolen everything we are, they've put us in a twin system, the twin system of the parthenogenesis. And if you look on here, if you look on the red, white and blue, the white literally has three, it has 6 and 8, yeah, which is your 6, and your 8, which is your octagon. Switzerland, which the hexagon fits inside, which is Henry VIII, and the 6 wives. We have been put in a twin system, which is Ionis and Janus, and Dianus and Dionys, just like Dougie Denaucci. If anyone speaks to Dougie, tell him I'm fucking looking after him, look out for him. This is what we are. We are born into sin. Yeah, we are literally born into sin. This is the sine wave. We are as above, so below. Male is pointing up, like the penis, and the female is pointing down. This is what we are, a dead legal fiction. You know what I mean? It's all necromancy, guys. It's all shocking. We have literally been celebrating VE Day, yeah, which is Slavery Day, guys. Yeah, we are literally slaves, and you want this digital ID. Everyone has to say no. They're going down, guys. Yeah, because people have had enough of this fucking shit. I know I have, and everybody else. So we'll just finish this off. I hope this is good information for you guys. Everyone needs to fucking stop watching TV.
That's because your straw man is dead and just a silly piece of paper, created before you could comprehend or even consent to it. When you go to court, you represent your straw man. So you, the human,
did you see that there, look? Did you see that there, look? See that?
Fees, taxes, and take on any
Oh, sorry. Look at this, what? Look, the square and the compass here, guys, showing you who's running it.
Present your straw man. So you...
Yeah, look at that. Look at the big G there. The G is for genocide. That is your square and your compass. And that shows the flat earth that we live on right behind me. Yeah, that's the flat earth. There's your square and your compass, which is 119, children's blood after extreme torture. And it says AXO, AXO, like GlaxoSmithKline, makers of poisons and potions. Yeah, and this is the Masons, and it is the crown that killed my brother and 571 other people that I have spoken to so far, their family members.
Any costs, fees, taxes, and fines involved for the strongman. The human you doesn't even need to pay them. But you made a contract with the court by appearing on behalf of your legal personality or strongman, just like the government knew you would.
The government Masons.
Well, don't worry. The government doesn't want you to know anyway. If you knew, you'd stop paying things like council tax and parking tickets.
Run everything. Every town, every city is run by
these. Strawman. You are you, alive and made of flesh and blood. Your strawman, or legal personality, is a piece of paper created from your birth certificate. And you think it's you.
Yeah, your death certificate, because everything's inverted, guys.
Would you like to
whole world's inverted.
Well, then go over to tpuc.org. Get up, get informed, and get real.
Yeah, if you're struggling with your council tax, guys, there's a thingy called counciltaxfraud.co.uk. I do not have the council. The council sent me a letter. I fucking put on it all sorts of fucking shit. It's on my channel. It's on this TikTok, guys. Call them pedophiles and tell them the money goes to fucking things, and do not send me any shit. I do not contract with you disgusting fucks. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit about these people, guys. They've ruined my life through the courts, the lies, the deception, the people talking shit, the newspapers that they have. It's all lies, guys. These people are absolutely, they don't care. Where's this? Oh shit, where's that fucking thing gone? Where's that thing gone? Shit. I have lost where I was, the place. I have lost the place of the, let's have a look. Fucking hell, man, you bastard. There it is. Let's listen to the rest of this so we can file this, guys. I'm doing this because...
You mentioned Judge Phillips, and obviously he's been your main judge through the council tax, I think also with the energy as well. So tell us, it's the same story really, isn't it? You woke up in 2019, 2020 like a lot of people, and started going down a million rabbit holes, I'm sure.
So lawful truths, guys.
I think I've been down every...
Lawful truths. Have a look yourselves. You can't download it. It doesn't want this information out. So that's why I'm doing this live, guys.
Compared to what my life was 5 years
Let's see what Chris is saying here.
I don't even feel the same
Swearing the reason behind that is
real.
classed as spell breaking.
So what
And
was the start of
casting
the
spells on you.
journey? When was that?
I once saw a guy take his
That was the end
birth
of
certificate in
2022.
the car,
Everything I did,
and he said he was
I will say to,
defending the
to
birth
everybody,
certificate
don't do what I did.
and wanting
I
his
stopped
case get in.
everything at the same time. So now that's how I've had 7 court cases in 10 months because everybody's coming after us now because they want the money, don't they? So I think
Money is fake.
Just do one and carry it through and whatnot. So the council tax started at the end of 2022 as I cancelled the direct debit. Same sort of thing with the contract. Where is the obligation that, you know, because as I say, all of it followed certain people, it's been different people in different ways if like fighting them or challenging them, should I say. So I've gone down nearly everything with the council, but it was where's me obligation. That's where it started from. So then I've just got the normal letters from the council. Then I got the court summons. I phoned the court up. I recorded it on the first court summons. They didn't know anything about it. They said you have to go in touch with the council. I said, but if I'm coming to court, surely I should have the order from the court, the summons. No, you've got to speak to your council. We don't have anything to do with it. So obviously, we all know that they hire the room and everything. Which I told the council. I actually phoned the council themselves. And at that time, my speech was really, really bad. And the girl on the end of the phone was felt sorry for us because I'm asking her, so how does this judgment, how does the liability order? And she was telling us everything. Oh, we do it. And I thought, I've got this all recorded.
And this was a woman in the council?
Yeah, I've got the woman in the council saying that they do the liability orders.
The liability is the ability to lie.
The judge never wanted that sort of evidence to be put out there, but I've still got it. You know.
Has that gone out, that call recording? Has it gone out and done the rounds?
No, I've just kept it to myself.
Have you? Because I remember somebody else put out something.
Somebody else. Yeah, but on the same day, I phoned the council and I phoned the court. And the court didn't know anything about it. They don't have a list of who's coming back to council. And then I phoned the council and I said, I'm a bit worried. I said, I just phoned the court and they don't know anything about this liability, about this summons. I said, how does it work? And she just told us the whole lot.
Yeah, it's all fiction.
So she basically said, oh yeah, so when people start to default, we issue a notice of liability.
Liability.
The council thingy the liability order. The council make the liability order.
This is all true, guys. It's all fiction.
So
The county council, you're fucking baby rapers. I don't say this by conjecture.
So, as time's gone on, now it's 2025. I think it must have been about October, November. I got an interim charging order from that National Business Centre.
Oh, down in Northampton.
Yeah. I mean, it's the word business centre actually says what it is, but it's deemed to be a court. So anyway, I got that, and then we're actually putting an objection against that. I forget the right word. To have it struck out on the grounds that I had a trust. Right, but they didn't say that the restriction marked on the title deeds of my house seemed restricted. So the council.
If anyone wants to watch this, just go to lawful.
Went to court. So I went
Truth,
to
guys.
court in January. This is where Judge Phillip comes into it. Judge Phillip listened to our side and whatnot about the liability orders and everything, and we trust. So he said, well, we haven't got a copy of your trust. And I says, well, it's private. He says, no, the court needs to see this trust. And I was a bit, why do they want to see my trust? But really, I suppose it got us out of out of the charging order. So he said in his judgment, in front of 11 or 12 were they on that day, he said, so what you need to do, Miss Watson, you send a copy of your trust to the council, and the council will get in touch with the trustees, right? So I thought, oh no, I've got to do it. But in the meantime, Gateshead Council, you have to provide to the court and to Miss Watson a copy of 2 signed liability orders. Now, he couldn't have made it any clearer. He said 2 signed liability orders, because we were seeing the unsigned. So anyway, he says, and we'll have the hearing in March. Now, when I went back in March, he changed the hearing, because he had it for a half a day, I think he did. He changed it to a directions hearing on the order judgment. So it wasn't a proper hearing, it was only a directions. Right? So when we went there, and we were arguing, not arguing, challenging the liability orders, and we said, well, you said the council had to produce these in court, and to myself in January, and he went red and sweaty, and he went, did I say that? And his head's going like this, right? And everybody behind went, yes, you did. Yes, you did. So they all saying, then get the transcript, but I didn't. Because I thought, Judge Phillips, you said that. Right, so anyway, my next case for a full day hearing on the 6th of August.
Before you carry on, that recording with the council, was that before the January hearing?
Yes. Oh yes, this was in 2023.
So have you not used that as your evidence?
No, I haven't yet. No, I didn't. No, maybe I wasn't meant. As I keep saying that, things I do, I don't do them in the right order or anything, right? But things I do, I think I do them for a reason, and maybe there was no reason to actually do that. It might have been helpful, but never mind. I'll get into where I'm getting anyway.
No, I know. But
yeah, that's the thing. It's not the birth certificate. That's what they want. They want the trust.
Right, we know that. And you've got evidence.
They want to get paid. They want you to admit to being a dead fiction.
Telling you they actually print the liability order.
The council, the liability order that gets sent out by the council. Yeah, I've got it on record.
We've got to be able to do something with that. Anyway, carry on.
Right. So then it's full day hearing on the in June. Now that was March, a full day hearing on the 17th of June, the day after my birthday. I thought I cannot celebrate my birthday, can I? So never mind. And in the meantime, I put in a counterclaim. Right, so I filled out another N244. The amount of N244s it's cost me a fortune, tell you. And we put a counterclaim on about new evidence, because this is what I say. It's hard to believe. I had me pack of me will, me trust, and also there was another pack here, and I failed to look at that when I was doing all of this. And that pack was an equitable deed of assignment. So that meant that the council could not come, because the council and the court were saying I had a financial interest in my property, in this property. And I says, no, I don't own it. I'm just a living tenant. That's all I am. But the court
You're not
and
a
the
tenant
council
either.
wanted proof, and that's why they got in touch with me trustees, that I had no financial interest in this property. But then, at the end of March or May, I found me equitable deed of assignment, which transfers everything I've got in this property. It's not mine. So had I found that in the beginning, the court case would never ever have gone ahead. But maybe this court case had to go ahead.
Yeah. So just before you move into that, so this equitable deed of trust.
Of assignment.
Have I said that right?
This is good news, really good news, mate. We need to get on this, brother.
Deed of assignment.
Yeah.
Was that
Talk to
done at
me.
the same
Talk
time
to
as
me.
private trust?
Yeah. Everything was done at once in 2018.
So you have, just so people can understand it, because trusts are a bit of an anomaly for most people.
I still don't understand.
No, I know, and as well, and it's something that I've produced in court, and again, ignoring that, so that would be part of my statement of truth. So you've got this private trust, which basically shows that you have no beneficial interest in your property.
Mm-hmm.
So why alone? Why then have this deed of assignment as well? This equitable deed of assignment. What does that do? Do you know that deed?
That deed actually transfers everything of mine over to the beneficiary.
So the trust alone doesn't do that. That's
You need to be the administrator of the trust. Our friend's doing it.
There's all of the different types. I'm not really like au fait with how the trust works, but that is living proof that I don't own the property. It's been assigned over.
okay. Got you. So it's like
Because they can still see what you live in the property, therefore you should be accountable for the council tax. But if I don't own the property at all, right, and it's all been assigned over, all of the equity and everything, they can't say I'm liable for council tax.
got you. Okay. Right. So.
I didn't know any of this when I didn't do that. I still don't understand it. But whatever it is, it got us everything.
That's how confusing the whole world is, muddied by the masonry hand.
You think you haven't clocked that before because this needed to get to court?
Yeah.
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 Carry on.
So we're putting a counterclaim on that basis. Now, it's impossible that there can be a charging order, because I'm still trying to put a charging order against Yvonne Watson because of this equitable trust. And we're also put on, as what was mentioned in both previous cases, the liability order hasn't been discussed yet. And we put in all if the failures and whatnot, if the liability order, it hasn't gone through the due process, blah, blah, blah. There was no notice of demand, blah, blah. Anyway, so it goes to court.
Very technical terms there, blah, blah.
Judge Phillips, what's the... I've lost track.
So this is the June the 16th, yeah?
Class.
This is June the 16th. Oh, yes. So the council themselves didn't turn up. They paid £3,500 for a barrister.
£3,500.
But then again, it just comes out of the council taxpayers, what they're paying, doesn't it? So it's no skin off their nose. But a barrister represented them. As I say, 36 people attended the court. Judge Phillips said, no, the charging order cannot be granted, but he would not press the issue of the liability order.
Ability to lie.
In his belief, the liability orders which had been sent to him, right, were correct.
Wow.
Wanted, and then he said, it is not in the jurisdiction of this court to hear about liability orders.
Nah.
It's not in the jurisdiction of the county court. Was he referring back to the magistrates where you can't get a fair trial on a liability order? Or was he indicating that we had to take it to the High Court?
Well, when you go to a district, they're called demon gods of the underworld for trickery judges, yeah? And then when you go to magistrates, the magistrate is a god. They literally class themselves as gods. That's what that is their fucking dick-sniffing, fucking horrible Masonic scum they are. You know what I mean? I'll stand above the parapet. Oh yes, we're all royals as well. The reptilian overlords that run the world. This is their sigil, the fucking sigil of Sunderland, sigil of Satan. And also God and light and all that shit as well, because everything has got dual meaning, because we are in a dual twin system. Yeah. And that's what the crack is.
Interesting.
Dead and alive.
He said it's not the jurisdiction of this court to query the process of the liability order. So, on that note...
Liability says it, the ability to lie.
I wasn't happy.
Like most people do, especially in Italy. Amount of money I've got in by these fucking crackers.
At least I didn't get the... Well, I knew I wasn't going to get the charging order in any case. So,
no more.
I came home.
No more.
And because...
no more lending people money.
In the meantime,
promises of payment.
I'd actually been CC'd into an email from the council to Judge Phillips private, his own personal email address. It was nothing, basically like just saying, can we change the, can we cancel this court deed because we've now got this deed of assignment, blah, blah, blah. Right? And I thought, no, we can't. I still want it to stand. So, after the court deed, I thought, well, I've got Judge Phillips's email address. Now, why was I given that? I was given that for a reason, so I may as well use it, mightn't I? So I wrote him a love letter, what I call a love.
I read this love letter this morning. Will you read it out? Because
I will.
I'm going to take myself off screen because when I
was in court, I
cried.
wrote to the judges as well.
Because anyone else that's watching this, listening to this, that's been on a similar journey to Yvonne, to me, knows how much of a struggle it is, how stressful it is.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't just got bankruptcy, I've got something else going on which I've not talked about in public. And it's fucking hard work. It consumes your life.
Yeah, that's what they do.
You can't, you know, I was trying to build a coaching business when all this started. That's gone out the window. Because I just didn't have the bandwidth. But also because when you start going down this track and you realise how fraudulent it is,
it's all corruption.
and then you're attracting people that have got horrific stories, that need help, that need support, you know, and what we want to do is we want more and more people to challenge things and to stop paying because the system will crumble.
Yeah,
You know,
I ain't paying none, guys. None of it.
And just stop paying, even if it was only for 2 or 3 months.
Stop paying me gas, electric, the fucking lot.
So my whole
Everything.
trajectory really has
Don't
changed
pay council
anyway
tax
over
now.
that sort
I
of
have to pay
18
fucking
months.
bedroom taxes living in my own place.
But when I read that, and I read it with every bit of love that you put into that, and again, your truth and authenticity and honesty and gentleness, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get myself off screen, and if you can read that.
Come on.
I'll read it. As I say, I don't know where I get the audacity just to
Because you flipping know,
But at the
sister.
end of the day, I lost my fear a good while ago, and I think that's the biggest thing. Lose your fear.
Exactly.
Like, nobody can touch you. You are you. Right, here we go. Dear Judge Phillips, I write to you in the spirit of truth and with love, only clarity and a sincere wish for transparency. Our paths crossed through the matter involving myself and Gateshead Council, and although the final ruling did not reflect the justice I sought, I cannot remain silent about what I witnessed and experienced. At the first hearing on the 7th of January 2025, your willingness to engage with the illegitimacy of the liability order process was clear. You were prepared to hear the challenge fully. However, by March, your position had notably changed. The confidence with which you questioned the Council's methods appeared to have been suppressed.
Paid off.
It gave me the distinct impression that you had been advised or instructed to retreat from that line of scrutiny. Then came something that confirmed more than I expected. I received an email, a communication between yourself and Gateshead Council, in which I was mistakenly CC'd into. That email, which I believe was intended to be private, revealed direct and arguable, inappropriate communication between judge and party. I ask you plainly, how do you explain this? The integrity of judicial impartiality is not just symbolic, it is foundational. Yet here was a judge and a council officer communicating outside the presence of both parties regarding an active matter. Despite this, I stood in trust, and let me be absolutely clear, it was the existence of my private trust, not the court, that prevented a charging order being placed on my property. That trust formed the lawful boundary. It was not judicial discretion that protected my home. During the hearing on the 17th of June, it was apparent, even to you, that the liability order process had no lawful foundation. Yet you continued to uphold it, you agreed to it, you allowed its weight to rest on me, while the whole process behind it was visibly flawed. So I must ask you directly, with no hatred in my heart, How does it feel to allow a charging order to proceed on a person's property knowing by your own recognition that the liability order process itself was defective and arguably fraudulent? You are in a rare position, one that holds immense responsibility. I understand the system around you may pressure silence or compliance, but following instructions is not the same as delivering justice. There is always another path, the path of truth. I thank you for your initial openness in January, but I urge you now, not in challenge, but in conscience, to step into the light and do what is right. This system is changing, whether through people or through time, and those who align with truth will be remembered long after titles fade. With truth and conscience, Yvonne Watson.
Go on, lads.
Never got a reply.
No, well, you knew you wouldn't get a bloody reply because
You
I
got
reckon that
recognised.
bloke cried at the end of that as well. And Judge Phillips, if you're watching now,
Mason.
you've got a choice, buddy.
No, they haven't.
I think Judge Spirits was in my court with the Northumbria Water. He was really cool. Yeah, a lot of little points what Judge Searle actually said came from Judge Phillips. I just know it.
You just know it.
Yeah.
I mean, Judge Searle, who was the judge that helped you, my partner Mick, he looked her up, and she's been a judge a long time.
Yeah.
Lovely to hear.
Yeah.
So it isn't some inexperienced district judge. This is a very experienced district judge.
That she must have been sitting there thinking, I do see a living woman here. I must do the right thing.
I must do the right thing. Maybe
And
she found out.
even if she has been made redundant or whatever, her conscience is clear.
Yeah. That's what I meant when I said about your concerns that you haven't had the order. I was like, has she been bumped off? Has she been sacked? You know,
Yeah.
the rest of it. But she took that choice, right? That was her choice to make. So
You never know, Mel. She might come and join me.
she might. Well, yeah.
No, they're Masons, guys, and they're not allowed.
It certainly would have pricked his conscience. Whether he does anything in this lifetime or not, it's out there.
Yeah.
And that ripple has an impact, doesn't it?
Mhm.
It's just beautiful, and I mean, there's loads more to
No,
talk about.
you've got
I
to
think
push
this
these
particular
fuckers. These in there,
podcast,
never
I
going to
think
give in there.
That's nicely wrapped up in terms of those experiences because they are interlinked. The one thing I wanted to just clarify as well: there's 36 people that were allowed in the court, which is pretty much unheard of.
Absolutely.
You gave them notice, didn't you, that you were bringing witnesses? They asked you how many, and you were like, I'm not sure, but in the end, because you had obviously forewarned, then
Well, I didn't actually know how many people were coming. There was people from Manchester, and I came up. I didn't even know them of certain Telegram groups and everything. But it was in the case with Octopus, which I'll not go into, and that was in May, I think that one. And I actually said I'll be saying here again in June, and he went in June, and he looked on his computer and he went, oh yes, he says, well, Yvonne, he says, will you let me know if I need the bigger coat? And he said that in a case when I was with Octopus Energy.
Lawful truths, guys, if you want this
So
video.
as I say, I think I'm getting invited to the Christmas party.
yeah, love it, absolutely love it.
Right, so Mel, just before I go, I've just got this little bit I was writing out last night, just how to end this, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right. This is more than my story. It is living proof that recognition of a man or woman's natural God-given status is possible in a court of law. It is proof that the legal fiction is not the living being and that the two are not the same.
No.
The world deserves to know that this recognition is possible, and I share it now so that others may stand in
Magnetic, electric, me.
Amazing.
Well
I
played.
know that it's just going to be such an inspiration for so many people, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
Nice one, Yvonne. If anyone knows Yvonne, please let me know. We are literally born into a legal dead fiction corporation. We are no better than shit on the boots of these vril that run the world, the 55, the as below, so above. Yeah, it's the square and the compass that runs the world, guys. This is their sigil. This is for the other camera. Here, guys. And we are literally classed as dead. The English language is all bullshit. As you can see here, English literally means no contract, lie and be quiet about it. It's all to do with the Black's Law. Yeah, which means no law. They just keep us running round on a hamster fucking wheel. But we are getting somewhere, it seems. There's a guy called Govinda. Literally, language means monster of war that protects the pedos through the ages. The reptilian overlords, guys. You know what I mean? So, if you want this video, Lawful Truths, go on it. You can't download it, that's why I've done this. Anyone got any questions? Any talk tickers? Any TikToking down to the our final demise? Anyone on here, Chris? It's saying no one's on here. It does with us. It doesn't tell me now. Facebook literally sucks my energy. I need to go and get my fucking haircut. So there we have it, guys. There's loads of good shit happening. There's a lady called what's she called? Alea. There's God FM. She's doing some good work. There's Alea. What's she called? Alea. Aha. Adamawam. She has her own site. She's literally went up to the top of Mount Zion. She's a teacher. She's a good teacher as well. Catholic Church. She literally said a classroom lit up. She's got her own court, so we can get our own courts because she's got the white parlay flag, which is not the flag of. It's not the flag of mercy.
Today in Penrith, adoption is abolished forever. Never to return.
Honestly, these dick sniffing, bot licking. This is the lady here. So everyone needs to come together, guys.
To these shores ever again. The people of England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, and Northern Ireland have spoken. The people decree.
Fuck off.
Today in Penrith, England, forced adoption is abolished forever, never to return to these shores ever again. The people of England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, and Northern Ireland have spoken. The people decree non-consensual adoption being forced is hereby abolished and outlawed. For the people and by the people. The police stand with the people. The armed forces stand for the people.
They don't.
They protect the people against all forms of tyranny. Today we stand in support of those who have been unfairly treated through the judicial system. Every effort must be made to ensure families are not permanently separated. More help and support is needed so families are given conditions to thrive.
Exactly. We need the Masons gone, that's what we
We
need.
bring forward a new transparent system to help support and reunite families. The removal of children from families can never be for profit. It's time to learn to work together and look after each other as we are all one humanity. We stand on Parley Hill, where courts for the people were anciently held to gather a jury for the people to ensure fairness, good moral standing and true justice is served throughout every jurisdiction in the land. Join us as we stand against all forms of corruption and call for full transparency, truth and love to reign supreme as we build the kingdom of heaven here on earth under the law of the Most High God. Let it be so. Thank you.
Nice one. Alea. Sister, we'll have a look at her. Dingy, look. The 144, guys, there's a lot of this biblical stuff. It's happening inside us. Yeah. This restoring of Eden.
Yay. Yay.
I don't know what that is, guys, but she's I was chatting with this lady as well, lovely lady, and there's a lady called Aisha. She's got God FM. She's on God FM, I think. There it is, and this lady as So, guys, if you can join up these groups, because this is what we're trying to do, is literally come together. We need to all come together. And this lady's got her own stuff as well. A lot of things about Gary Waterman, who has been locked up, guys, for the 5G tower. We'll have a listen to this. This is
a case of if anything happens to me, you've got a voice recording of me saying I'm concerned for my safety. So I'll just say a few things. Is that okay? And then you can then cut this bit out if you want and play it to people.
Because Gary's exposing
so I'm just going to say
all of it
because it'll be on the recording and then it can be used later. However.
Okay, so this is your verbal statement that you wish me
this
to
is our
record
enemy, guys,
and put into a recorded message to anybody inquiring about your safety or anything else to do with your arrest.
You can send this to everyone. You can send what I'm about to say to everyone, this particular bit from what I'm about to say. Okay, so since 2022, I've acquired irrefutable and verifiable evidence of government fraud involving the forgery of the company's house registration system and the incorporation documents. There's been deliberate non-verification, which knowingly and deliberately facilitates international conflicts, terrorism and crimes against children. On the 19th of September 2025, I was arrested for refusing to provide details for no insurance and other road traffic offences, and I was taken to Inverness police station. Whilst there, I suspect that my rights were deliberately delayed, which did not allow me the ability to provide evidence of my potential unlawful arrest as soon as possible. I was then later arrested for disabling a cell tower, and I have been remanded in custody ever since, but my rights have been refused in terms of requesting the ability to provide a suitable bail address, and also the ability to show evidence as soon as possible as to why my arrest was unlawful. And in fact, I believe that I was lied to potentially on 2 occasions in relation to that. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. I have feared for my safety on numerous occasions, and I believe I've been made to feel like that deliberately, and have been deliberately, in my view, intimidated to make things more difficult for me. And I believe I've been subjected to psychological torture to some extent in relation to all of this. I'm due to go to court next week at some point, but I haven't even got the date yet for that. And I'm hoping that I will get bail at that court date when I go there. So, and I'll just leave it at that for now. So thank you very much.
Can I also just check the date with you, Gary, please?
Yes.
What's the date?
Guys, please,
today's date, 26th of September 2025.
Okay, and what's your time, please?
2014, so 8:14 p.m.
And I am a witness to your statements as well. My name is Aisha Hart, and I am from God FM, and I'll do everything I can to get this statement to everybody. You're happy with me to submit this statement to everybody?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And also, Aisha, just so everyone knows, I'm not suicidal or depressed in any way. I'm healthy, I am fit, and nothing should happen to me, I hope, whilst I'm in custody.
Okay. I pray right now that you are safe and that the Lord will have you released immediately. How very dare they?
That's not going to happen.
Do this to such a wonderful man.
That ain't going to happen.
In Jesus' name.
Thank you so much, Aisha.
There we go, guys. That's Gary Waterman. So basically, guys, the whole world is run by the Masons. They've been running it all our lives. They are the 66 legions of the 33 fallen angels, which I keep going on about because it's everywhere. Fucking everywhere. 1 is a 6 in the Hebrew Language means monster of war that protects the golden ones or the noble ones through the ages. We use Black's law. Black's means no law. Yeah, so we are literally under a legal system, which means to go against God's law, and that law is the unwritten law of no harm, no loss, and no harm, basically. And don't be a twat. But most people, unfortunately, we've been bred to be absolute dicks. We are using a false tongue because we have literally been usurped from the twin system into the singularity of the one world order, the new world order. This is the kelopod, which is Q, which is the ball, cane, and a ball, caneable, just like us. This creates life, and we can also kill. It's not my choice to do any of that. We are literally under a satanic rule, a 3, a 6, and a 9. They are all to do with Saturnalia, the rings of Saturn. Because these people are psychos on a level we cannot understand. We will never want to understand. This is the 3 rings, the triple state, yeah, which is it says Axo Soro, yeah, just like GlaxoSmithKline. A G is a 7, an L is a L, and they're both 12th letter of the alphabet, which is your 33 fallen angels. A 3 is a 5, is a 7, is a 5, is a M, is a W, is a V, is a 22. Yeah, which is your master builder, your master destroyer of the worlds. But their time is up. This is the time of the Aquarius, like myself, guys, and it is fucking time to fight back against these lawfully in their legal system, and then they can't. I mean, they are bound under their rules, but they don't follow them, guys. But if we all do it, they're fucked. Yeah. Stop fucking writing petitions, because you're just giving away. Your signature's worth millions, guys. When you die, it's fun for the ER, the Crown, because they get all of your money that you don't even know you're worth. You are literally worth millions. And the Pope, yeah, is an anagram of you know what, guys. Yeah, it's an anagram. They mock us. You just put a cross in the middle there, change the E and the O, and you have Pedo. Yeah. Operation Warp Speed is war on the seed of man. Yeah. It's by this Masonic. That is G for genocide. And Gypsy. Yeah. And here is your where you draw the circle. Yeah. And this is the square. Which is square and the compass. And they are both 5s. Both 5s, both S's, and both in Roman numerals, reptilian overlord Roman numerals. Is 55. Yeah, square in your compass, because we are born into sin through the sine wave, female down, one going up, one coming down. Never seen the land on common ground. And they use this Roman god, the deity, the Roman mythology, the sun, Apollo. Janus was born the Saturn region in Greece, but fucked off to Lazio, located in Italy, where he was welcomed by Matthew King Camus. He didn't activate the power. Janus edified cities around the Roman building, improved. This is all their mythology, their symbology is just all an invert of what reality is. Every one of us was brown and tawny, and they have literally inverted everything. Where the fuck's my fucking wallet? They've inverted everything, guys, and on the banknotes it literally shows you the inversion on the banknotes, and it also shows us the 5G towers, which is killing us, and it also shows that New York is going to get taken out by a nuclear weapon and tsunami'd. Anyway, counciltaxfraud.co.uk, if you want to go on there, look at your council tax, say to your post office, stop sending letters. I don't get any letters, yeah, because they're all internal. If you get a letter, it has to have your name on the front, you know what I mean, your enemy and everything. If it's in a box, just like your birth certificate, then it is internal, because it's inside the envelope. It's not on the front, it's literally inside. It's called internal mail. And then any box doesn't exist on the page. So this is what's on the page. This is all it's on, this birth certificate. That bit there. The rest of it is in a box, doesn't exist on the page. It's fiction. It looks like it does. They will use it in court, but it is fiction. Yeah, literally. Read it, have a look at yourself, or get a copy. Go online and have a look at birth certificate, copy of an entry. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it is a receipt for your children, your chilled adrenochrome. Yeah, because your adren is a strong individual, but they use English language, which is just necromancy. It's a monster of war that keeps us all in the muddy waters. In the muddy waters, just like what they are doing to us with graphene oxide. Nanotechnology, it's inside. Oh shit. This is out of my feet. And this is what I got yesterday, out of my feet. Peace and love, TikTok, love you all. Turn the TikTokers off, love you all, guys. And Facebook, I don't even know anyone's on, guys, love you as well. I've got a really decent platform now, guys, on fucking TikTok. They keep banning us. I've been banned 25 fucking times now. My brother was killed on the 25th, on the 5th of the 5th. He was born on the 5th. You know what I mean? The flu vaccine. It's a lot of fives. Right, so guys, peace and love. Remember, you are not a dead legal fiction. You are a living spirit inside this shell. Because this is not where we live. We live inside our mind, which is the eyeball where we live. Peace and love and light.